Welcome in, everybody. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast. A daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Let me get this out of the way right now. You ever have that one person who just, no matter what happens, they just cut right to the bone? And I don't even think that the person means it. That person on this show is Aram. Nicest guy in the world. Nicest guy in the world. But when he talks or writes something on the chat, for some reason, it goes right to my brain, and I want to strangle him. I don't know if it has to do with the fact that he's Indian, but right now, if suddenly there was a story about Aram fell out of a building, I'd be shooting those confetti poppers into the air. I'm sorry, dude, but I don't know if I can take it. I'm just coming to a realization that you just are so, wow. It's hard to put it into words, but he thinks I'm an idiot. And this is what I mean by that. We had a technical issue to start the show. I went ahead and troubleshot it and got it working. Here we are now. I come back, and he starts the show with, he should have tested the equipment before going live. I did. I absolutely did. I always do that. And then he gives us the free beer. I was kidding. No. You are, for some reason, you in particular, just put me to the goddamn moon when you speak. So I don't know what I'm going to do with you, frankly. I don't know if I'm just going to 100% ignore you and never give you the time of day again, or I'm going to get over it. But when I'm struggling. I'm having a bad time. When the show starts, nobody can hear, they can see, but so there's clearly something wrong. I go ahead, I get it going, and then you pop off, and then you're like, oh, I was kidding. Yeah, have you ever noticed that in life, when someone's struggling, probably not the best time to fuck with them? Has that ever occurred to you? God damn, you actually make me so angry, because here I got it all taken care of, ready to go, and I was gonna say, oops, no big deal, and then there you are to just right in the nose. How annoying. You are the most annoying person on the planet. Rob says, can we just give Aram the asshole of the day from the start? Yeah, maybe. I don't even know. And you know what? You say you're kidding. I'm only about 10% kidding. I'm so goddamn mad. Here I am, working my ass off, getting this shit going. There's an issue. It's cleaned up. We fix it. And then there you are to rub my nose in shit. In my opinion, you see that picture that you drew behind me? I'm about to throw it in the goddamn trash. That's what I do when I have my nose rubbed in shit too much. Okay? I can only take so goddamn much, Aram. So, what the fuck? What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my God. Honestly, bad enough that we had a little bit of a technical issue, and there you are again. Okay? So shut the fuck up. This is rare. You are now occupying the 4 spots on the 4 horsemen of annoying. Never before has it been it's usually Kenny and Amanda. All right. And maybe a few people get woven in here and there like Spotty, but they are so far not on the 4 horsemen of annoying. It's you. You are such a little fuck. All right. So fuck off and don't listen for the rest of the day. If I were you, I would just get off the goddamn stream. And right now, don't come back, you motherfucker. God damn. Don't fuck with people when they're having a bad day, you asshole. Jesus. I was, honestly, I was excited about this show. I spent the time and I had to rearrange the room for a reason that I don't even know if I'm going to fucking talk about anymore. I don't know if I want to talk about anything for the rest of the goddamn day. I had a whole list of things I was going to talk about. I had them all written down. Technical issue gets me off track. Bring it back, fix it, and there's Aram. Oh, dude. Let's put a wall up, a big wall for a long period of time, like months. I don't want to hear you anymore. All right? God damn it, I've had it. How many, and then you know what happens? But I don't think I'm going to do it this time. Typically, this is how I work. I get so pissed off when shit like this happens. All right? And then okay. Then I feel bad later. I'm not doing that. I am not doing that anymore. I'm out. God damn it. Linda says, this is exactly how I felt about Amanda after Alabama loss. Yeah, I think she rubbed your nose in shit after that. Yeah, fuck it. Fuck this. Oh, my God. Part of me wants to just shut it all down. That's happened like once. I remember one time I shut it all down when I was doing the show from California. And Amanda did something. And I said, fuck it. I'm out. I am not dealing with this. There was a few times. Maybe, I don't know. It was back in the Zaniac days. But I haven't been this pissed off to start a show in a long time. And I swear to God, in a stack of Bibles, after I fixed the problem, I was like, okay, sweep it under the rug. No big deal. Figured it out. And, it was weird because I had tested the show like I normally do, like a professional does, Aram. And then you know how sometimes, whatever, fly in the ointment, glitch in the matrix, say whatever the fuck you want. And then all of a sudden I start doing the show and I realize there is a problem. I'm not going to lie to you. I am so unbelievably frustrated right now. And typically I try to keep it happy and fun, but I'm pissed. I am so goddamn pissed right now. Shut up. In fact, I'm not kidding you. Take a break. Oh. All right. Changes made in the studio. Okay, so I needed more room. I talked with my engineer extraordinaire, Dave Grant, and he's like, easy, I'm coming over Monday, and we're starting this process about getting you all set up with what you need to do the radio show. Now, Dave is an unbelievably brilliant mind. But sometimes Dave kind of like, I don't know what it is. You got to know him to understand what makes him tick. So, in fact, I'm just going to breeze on by that part of the story. I'll just tell you this. Dave is coming over my house today to help me set up for this radio adventure that is beginning. And some of you, by the way, did guess correctly as to what I'm going to be doing, where I'm going to be doing my radio, who I'll be broadcasting with. I even put a question into the boss. When can I reveal the details about the gig to my podcast audience? we will discuss today. So I've never really said anything on the platform, but that's coming. I know that my first show is March 18. That is a Monday. You will not be able to miss where this is and what's going on with it. I don't want you. Some of you folks are thinking like this is like some big major market deal. It's not at all. It is to me because, I mean, I've talked many times in the show. I want to get back into radio to do, in addition to doing the podcast. So this is very, very exciting to me, and I'm very, very happy about it. And it opens up so many doors to me. So, all right, I'm getting this room ready. I'm like, okay, I gotta move things around a little bit so the angle's different than what you're watching, what you're used to. So that's cool. And I might have to upgrade some equipment. The morning show I'll be doing, I'll be able to like take phone calls. I don't know yet about whether I'll be able to do a live stream. It's all kind of a fluid issue thing that we're building. But in case you haven't heard, started on the 18th, morning show, and then after that, I'll be doing the podcast. While I was in this room, I discovered something. Man, there's a heater that is on behind me. And there have been a few times where I've left that heater on mistakenly overnight, like in this room. And then I walk in and it's warm. I'm like, oh, God damn it, I left the heater on. What a pain in the ass. That's a huge suck on the energy. So I'm like always worried about that. I'm like, God damn it. But I should have been more worried about something else. Now that I think about it, now after what I'm about to describe to you happened, I think I knew this. I don't think that when you are running a space heater, I don't think you're supposed to run it through an extension cord. Nick in the arena, the electrician, would know this. I wonder if he's here right now. Yeah, he's right there. But I had been. Now, over time, I had come in here and noticed a smell. I was like, what is that? It was, in hindsight, it was unmistakable. It was plastic. So when I was rearranging this room, there's this extension cord, and I'm holding it up, and it's all charred. I'm like, wow, look at, oh, wow. So then I went over to where it was plugged in. And there it is. I'm holding it up to the camera, and I'll post a picture of it. Can you tell which one it was plugged into? Oh no. So, okay. And you can't really, the side here where those screws are that the wires hook onto, completely melted. The plastic that is on the outside of those wires is melted and charred. Obviously, the plug is charred. But it isn't all bad because I fucking fixed it. My dad's got an ultimate set of tools. So I found one of these, what are these called? These things that the goddamn plug goes into. Outlets? I found one and shut off all the power in the house, or at least to these rooms, and was able to replace this, which I was stoked about. I actually felt great about that. I channeled my my inner Nick, and I put the new one in, and then I'm like, wow. So was this, Nick, in your opinion, if I had that space heater into this plug with no extension cord, just directly in, would this have happened, or less chance of this have happened, or about the same, you know? Now, I know Ben writes, Lord Jesus, there's a fire. I know that on the actual heater, there's two settings. One that draws more power than the other. So now I'm like, well, I'm not putting it on the one that draws more power anymore. At least until further notice. I mean, God damn it. Especially thinking that on those nights that I left it on all night, this was happening then. It could very easily have just become more progressively damaged and then caught the whole goddamn thing on fire, and then that's it. House burns down. Podcast over. Yeah, the podcast room would go up in flames, and then Aram would check in and say, serves you right, or you should have done this. Something like that. I'm still so goddamn mad at you. Don't text me. Don't chat me. Don't email me. No. Stay the fuck away. Away, away. Don't even say that. Shh. I didn't want to see it or hear it. The less I see Antelope Rider, the better my day is. Okay? Shut the fuck up. Are you the guy on the bus who, when I say, I don't want to, like on that video I played the other day, I don't want to hear another word out of your mouth, and the kid goes, okay. Yeah, shut up. You asshole. Thank you, Corey. He says this is a better camera angle. All right. It's a big problem with the electrical. Nick says a little less chance, but it can still happen. Lower the watt setting is better. I'd run the boiler piping up there and use baseboard heat. Okay. Chris says you should barbecue an animal for dinner in honor of Aram. Now, Aram's so out of the club right now. Aram is 2 yellows and a red in an instant. And fucking A. In fact, no one's allowed to talk about Aram. I don't want to, not only do I not want to hear from Aram, I don't want anybody else to mention Aram. Except if I'm sitting there ranting about him. That's the only way I want. If it's coming out of my mouth and it's followed up by the words, is a fucking dick. Corey says the lighting is better too. You don't look like a washed out pale zombie now. What the fuck? What is wrong with you? All right. It never fails when I post, who are these free beers? Okay. I get every time so many butthurt fangirls who follow me, who comment on the post. Now, the show couldn't be more perfect, that show. Of course, Ben and I are going to goof on the world-famous Free Beer and Hot Wings show. We've never stopped goofing on people. It just so happens we're reviewing one of America's great radio shows. I mean, how do you think I feel when Ben goes ahead and reviews the Lost or the Who Are These Zanes? All that shit that I've done over the years. Oh my God, it's the same goddamn thing. The only thing that's different is these are current shows of Free Beer and Hot Wings. In case you missed it, and you can get it for free on Patreon. I wrote, Ben pulled clips from another In the Room improv game. Stop me if you've heard this one. The cast is given the task of barking out nonsense for a minute. The edibles seem to really kick in at this point of the show as the amount of laughter generated in the room makes Bob and Tom sound like public radio. Steve, in particular, really went to Chuckletown as the hijinks in the Nut Hut really amped up. Further discussions in the description of it, no big deal. The interesting thing to me are the amount of comments from people. You get some of the audience saying, oh, man, hey, I love it. But typically, it's people who are pals of the Free Beer and Hot Wings show who want to tell me to go fuck myself. In the description, I said, there was one thing worth noting. Easy points out that the Free Beer and Hot Wing as a show had given up years before he got fired. We were mailing it in by 2013. That's what I wrote. This guy writes, this checks out. I took a break from listening in 2014, never started back up again. Easy points out that Free Beer and Hot Wings as a show had given up years before he got fired. And that's 100% true. The folks that suggest that this is because whenever you hear the comments, time to move on or get over it. It's like, I have never, it's been so long since I've even given them a second thought about anything. Now all I'm concerned with is that they keep doing what they're doing so that Ben and I can keep making these shows. And I'm thinking they will. Scott says, Zane, I love you, buddy. Whenever anybody starts out with, I love you, buddy, you know you're going to get something. And then he says, I love them too. Cool. I get that you guys had a pretty strong fallout. You got to let it go, though. That's not why this is happening. Okay? It has nothing to do with a fallout. It has nothing to do with not letting it go. It has to do with the fact that goofing on that show is fucking fun. And that's what I wrote, Brother Scott. Occasionally, I have to explain that it has nothing to do with letting anything go. Reviewing their show is highly entertaining and fun, especially for the audience. I understand that it appears that I can't let it go, but honestly, I love listening to what they do and goofing on it. I hope they never change so that we can keep doing it. Andy writes, Zane, you should be thanking Chris and Greg for keeping the show going. What else would you have to talk about? That's another one. People who think that because I do that show twice a month, that's an hour and a half of material a month that, oh my God, I got to talk about. That's all he does. Oh, fuck you. I wrote, Andy, I make money on that show. I enjoy doing it, and my audience loves it. Don't take it too hard. Life's too short to get that wound up about things. Andy says he has, and then another Andy says he has plenty to talk about, creating the most content and entertainment. This guy, Joseph, says, seriously, I doubt Free Beer and Hot Wings give him a second thought. I wrote, I hope they do not. The less they know, the more material I have to work with. Thanks for being here and supporting. Andy writes, existing just to point out that others suck. Even if it's true, it's a miserable existence. Zane is so much better than that. What the fuck? Or should be. What's the end goal here? To take their listeners, then be better than them. That's how you win. I wrote, Andy, I'm not looking for a mental evaluation, merely trying to have some fun goofing on my old pals. You are super intense. Thanks for being here, though, and enjoying the show. Michael wrote to Andy, you tell him, hero. My God. This guy, I think this guy means well. Trav writes, yeah, and people are still like talking about it because 1, Zane was the best part of the show. Thank you. 2, firing him was like letting lightning out of the bottle. And 3, ruffling feathers leads to fighting strangers online, which leads to more community engagement. Talking about them is probably good for his metrics. Seen a lot of Zane in my feed lately. Thank you. Adam Balboa writes to our pal Andy here. For fun, next time you listen to Freebird Not Wings, count how many times Freebird says, just kidding. Rawl says, great job. I still enjoy listening to you. Keep up the good work. Keep making fun of Freebird Not Wings. Never gets old for me. All right, now this guy, I got into a brawl with this guy during the hockey game. His name is James Johnson. And he writes like he's retarded. He writes, you're the one that messed up. Play with the rules you're dealt with. They gave you 3 chances. Fuck and find out. You talked about the owner of the basketball. And even at that point, I knew FB and Hot Wings were like, this is you, not us. 3 strikes, you're done. I wrote, thanks, mad guy. Tell me more about how I talked about the owner of the basketball. And he doesn't realize he's a retard because he wrote, I don't have to. I heard it. And I was like, no, dickhead, I'm making fun of how you wrote that. I listened to it. Then you got fired. Then I watched your pathetic YouTube crybaby secession. He actually wrote secession like the TV show. And then he wrote, remember that? And then he says, I remember a vid where you listened to a small bit on the radio and you said it made you sad. The internet is made in ink, my friend. So I wrote, ladies and gentlemen, we may have an intoxicated Facebook fighter here, folks. And this is Saturday night at like 10 or 9. He writes, nope, on my way to work. I work nights, but nice try going there because this started from you and your post. So then I looked at his pictures, and I suspected English was a second language, so I wrote that as English a second language. He says, I've been getting ready for work while showing who you are. Easy, bro. You need... I don't even know what that means. With your previous show to make content. What was the issue with all the other place afterwards? Can you share it? Then I wrote, do you read your texts before you send? He's like Kenny. You know how Kenny always fat fingers it? James then says, yup. Yeah, do you watch your vids before you upload them? And then I'm like, look, dude, it's totally cool for you to be butthurt. I get heat all the time from Freebird and Hot Wings fangirls. I don't mind it at all. He says, this is his response. He's dodging all of this and asking about my language. I'll ask you this. Is your mental filter that is something a problem with you? And then he says, this is fun. I got to go. And then I said, right on. This one pissed him off, I think. Right on. Enjoy cleaning the restaurant. Which I hope Dale doesn't hear that because he's going to be like, what's wrong with cleaning the restaurant? Well, nothing. But on a Saturday night at night, this guy there's no doubt he's fucking scrubbing the gum off the feet of the chairs at Burger Chef or whatever the fuck. He wrote, good one. And also nice insult to people that do, dick. What's wrong with you? And I wrote, whoa. Easy there. What's with the name calling? Cleaning the bus station is what I meant to say. No response. Then I wrote, are you one of those guys who works like 90 hours a week but brings home like $36 after wage garnishment? And that was the last I heard from old James Johnson. Absolutely fantastic. My God. And where the fuck are all of you guys when this happens? I'm in the fight of my life. You know, I'm taking people on from all sides, and you're all sitting back enjoying your night. No big deal. Yeah, this is great. Fuck EZ. All right. Anyway, more coming up about the radio show. I will be giving you instructions on how you can listen, how you can download the app. All that great stuff. I'm, again, super stoked about this. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. I'll be getting some equipment upgrades, too, so I'm excited about that as well. I'm just waiting for Brother Dave to get in here and help me with all of that. And I'm glad you like the angle. Sometimes I have to move closer on here because I got to move the mic, but I know that because my hair is always perfect. You all will love that. Okay. I watched a building burn over on Friday. Oh, my God. I'm going to get to that just in a second here. But first off, for those of you watching the show on Facebook, X, and YouTube, it's time to send you on your way. You can get the rest of the show by checking me out on Twitch. Download the Twitch app, search Eric Zane Live, give yourself a username, participate in the chat, and all that stuff. It's always a good time. And also, if you just go to your desktop or laptop, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, you can get there as well. Patreon.com/Eric Zane for more content, including Who Are These Free Beers? This week, we're doing Who Are These Zanes, along with the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast at my Patreon, patreon.com/Eric Zane. Sign up for free for 7 days. Facebook and Twitch, brought to you by my friends at Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EEV. X brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Young Adam Schwab says, did I miss the big announcement? No, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Soon. Won't be long. Okay, as always, the audio podcast is available wherever you download shows. Eric Zane Show podcast is all you search for on Apple iTunes, and or I should say Apple Podcasts, and off you go. The open and live stream of this show today, excuse me, it's brought to you by somebody. This thing's not working. Of course. Now all I need is someone to tell me a snarky comment about what I should do to get it working. All right. Thank you to the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. No matter where you are, if you want to get into your mortgage, reach out to Mario from anywhere in the U.S. 231-332-6505. 231-332-6505 for the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Grand Rapids Gold in action. Not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday. Wait a minute. No, it is this Sunday, isn't it? Today's, my God. I cannot believe March is over. This is ridiculous. Not March, February. We got a game coming up on March 3rd. Grand Rapids Gold, online at grandrapidsgold.com. Marvel Superhero Night on Sunday the 3rd. Get your tickets, $14 to start, grandrapidsgold.com. Thank you to Rick from TC Paintball. He's the absolute best. Love that guy. A paintball destination. People come from all across the land to go see Rick at TC Paintball. Book your event today. Start by going to tcpaintballgr.com. And then, of course, my sponsor, The Green Medicine Shop. You can find them online, Green Medicine Shop, or I should say, thegreenmedicineshop.com. Go there and check out what they have to offer. If you want to buy from them, you will need a med card. You can get it by heading over to their website, click near the top, and get your medical card, and off you go. Thank you very much. They are in Greenville, Michigan, the Green Medicine Shop. Please support the sponsors. Okay, I will be back in just a second. Stand by. Okay, so I was doing the fill it in for Bill. I shouldn't say fill it in for Bill. Bill had his huge show on Friday, and I was like at the radio station being like the guy who pushes the buttons to make sure that the show stays on the air. You know? And all of a sudden, I hear like sirens and shit going off. Now you're downtown. You're going to hear that occasionally, maybe a medical emergency. And then it continues. And it seems to be getting more intense, and there seems to be more and more fire trucks I'm like, what the fuck is going on over there? And then at about that same time, I hear like the guy who's on the radio station, B93, his name is Dave Taft. He's also the boss. He yells down the hall, Emma, are you getting this fire? Emma is like on the air on the news station. And we look out the window, and sure enough, the goddamn building across the street is on fire. So EZ Newshound bursts into action, and I recorded some footage, which I then sent off to the local TV station, Fox 17, and they actually included it in their story. So you'll see the clips that I shot, and it says Eric Zane in the corner because I sent them the clip. Corey says, did you play The Roof is on Fire? God damn it. No, but that would have been something. Oh, shit. Okay. This is how it unfolded, man. And what happened is this building is about a 5-6-story building, really old building. And I guess down in the basement, they were making like fucking food or something. And the fire, I think this is why you got to get your damn fryers, the thing that sucks up all the grease, cleaned, because this can happen. I don't know if that's the cause, but still.
People saying, oh, there's the fire. We're like, oh, this is for real.
First, we turn to the fire this afternoon in downtown Grand Rapids. That is where we find our Matt Wickhouse live tonight with the latest details. Matt?
Yeah, Megan, this scene is much calmer than it was earlier on this evening. Crews had pretty much blocked off the downtown area as fire crews were working on the roof behind me here at the Grand Rapids City Brewing Company. Now, while the scene is much calmer, we do notice some people going up and down the stairs, checking out the damage, because we're seeing people with their flashlights. Now, officials tell me that the fire broke out in the basement in a fryer, and the flames had shot up to the top of the roof. Now, this
guy always sounds like he's got like he took a big bite of salad or something and then like started to do the report before he swallowed it.
Apartments on the 4th and 5th floor, and people there are worried about the damage that was done.
And I opened up the hallway door and I saw all the sirens going. I was like, oh no, this is not good.
Alex Robles and
look at Eric Zane. Look at my shot. That is a beautiful fucking shot. That's professional. You got the fire trucks at the bottom, fire crews on the roof as that fucking thing burns.
Mackenzie Wallen just moved in here.
I did that. That was me. I contributed to the news. See my name here? That's because I contributed.
A few months ago.
We love the place. It's a great place to live in, and I mean, this is our home, you know, like this is where we stay every day.
There are 20.
What are they so happy about?
3 apartments located on the 4th and 5th floors of this building.
The alarms in our apartment go off like, you know, like every other day, even just cooking food. So I was upstairs because we have like a loft style. So I was upstairs and she's like, Alex, it's not turning off.
Because we were both clicking the fire alarm button trying to turn off because we're like, why isn't this turning off? That's when we opened up the hallway door and realized.
God, she seems so dumb.
That all of the sirens are going off.
Smoke could be seen miles away.
I think I made it to the grass and I already seen the fire trucks coming down Fulton Street.
Grand Rapids Fire Chief says the damage looks to be limited.
Quick reporting, quick job by our dispatchers, and literally being just a few blocks away from headquarters.
When we when my guy said, "Hey Emma, you covering this fire?" It was probably like 15 minutes before they got water on it. So I don't know. It seemed like it took them forever to get water on it.
We were able to arrive and knock the fire down pretty quickly.
Chief Brad Brown adds it's rare to get a fire in the heart of the city.
Thankfully, with our fire prevention and fire suppression efforts, the fire sprinkler and fire alarms were functioning in this building. That also helped to keep the fire in check.
For now, Robles and Wallen crossing their fingers there's something salvageable.
They said we won't be able to stay here tonight, but they might let us in to gather.
I'm really annoyed with this story. I don't know. I don't like these two people that they're interviewing.
Some of our stuff.
But I'm easy to annoy today.
In case we
after what happened.
Go stay at a hotel or something, and just get some belongings to have something with us tonight.
Now a manager with the Grand Rapids City Brewing Company and Hopcat
Did you hear how he said that? He wanted to say Grand Rapids City Brewing Company, but he like smished it all.
A manager with the Grand Rapids City Brewing Company and Hopcat did tell me that they are
this guy, he's the worst. Nice guy, but fucking sucks. All right. Tyler says, what a ditzy girl. Oh, my God. I, saw the smoke and thought, oh, my God, is there, a fire? Oh, the building is on fire. Rich writes, they just got done porking. That's why they're smiling. What? Nick says they're lucky their grease duck ran up the outside of the building, or that building would be toast. That duck got so hot, the paint on the outside combusted into flames. Bob likes the line, why do I smell smoke and the fire alarm is going off? Oh, my God. Wow. How do I eat a smoke and fire and I can't get the alarm to go off? What the hell? Idiot. Tyler says that reporter, Matt Witkos, always sounds like he's talking at half speed. Yeah, he needs some type of diction or what do you call it? Some type of voice training effect to help his delivery. It just kind of sucks. Earlier, young Adam Schwab says, did I miss the big announcement? Kenny says, you missed. He who shall not be named get in trouble, though. We're not allowed to say who, but hell, I'm just glad it wasn't me. No, it's true. It's true. If it was you, if you had done that, oh, dude, it'd been so ugly. I don't know. Because when you think about it, the four horsemen of annoying is only been handed out to a handful of people. And it isn't in play all the time. You know, it isn't until annoying shit starts happening regularly that I start to okay, you're being annoying. Is what you're doing. You're being a complete asshole. All right. That was bad. That was bad. I was in a dark place. My God. Okay. So for the longest time, we have given you a lot of background. It was, last January, a year and about 2 months ago, that I started talking about these Ottawa Impact idiots. And boy, things have really turned. I think the big things to keep in mind is that the Ottawa Impact folks, this far right-wing group locally in my county, they really turned things on its ear. They came in there with the best of intentions, I think. And then I don't know if they got drunk with power or maybe these were their intentions all along. They were pissed off at mask mandates and getting their schools shut down during COVID. And then they took over and then kind of morphed into this anti-LGBTQ thing and firing numerous people and trying to decimate the health department, all because they're pissed off about the goddamn masks and gay people. Just fucking ugly. They bring in this dude, this John Gibbs, and he, was their county administrator. The dude who lost to Skolton in the for the Congress seat in Kent County. Gets this appointed position for whatever, a couple $100,000 a year, and he's doing all their bidding as the county administrator. And I guess that's fallen apart now. He retained a lawyer saying, if you fire me, I'm gonna get all my fucking money and all this shit. And they want to fire that guy. So The two big things, if Ottawa Impact is concerned, is they've been spending a lot of money on litigation and spending a lot of taxpayer money. And though the conservatives that live here in this community, they love Ottawa Impact, but what they love more than Ottawa Impact is their money. So this could be a tough thing to distance himself from when it comes to the re-election bid, because most people like me would love to see anybody but them. So we're in Ottawa County, you're not going to get a Democrat. It's just a very conservative area. But at this point in time, all we want is a Republican who's not a retard. So that's what we're hoping for. My community of Hudsonville, the mayor of Hudsonville is running to try to take out this guy, Joe Moss. And he's conservative, Republican, but he's not like one of these ultra right-wing maniacs. And that's fine. I've explained to you that I'm fiscally conservative. But when it comes to social issues and culture, I'm very liberal. Some would call me a libertarian. I hate that term. I'm just me. Gibbs, though, is now being accused of physical threats, sexist comments, and installing a secret camera. You know what? I didn't know, because I just heard about this. There's another local story where if you try to record someone, like with a hidden microphone, or like, let's say you're at work and you have a recording device and you leave it in there, or you leave your phone on and record them, and then you leave the room, and then you want to see if people are talking shit about you, that's illegal. There's actually a charge called eavesdropping, which I wasn't aware of. Not that I've tried to do that, but I may have eventually. In a new letter from an attorney hired by Ottawa County, several serious complaints are leveled against Gibbs. Now, in one of them, he basically said, man, I'd like to beat the shit out of that guy. So they're saying that he's threatening violence. It's like, yeah, come on now. I don't know if I can get behind that. I mean, people say that all the time. These are all anonymous employees who are saying this, making the claims without any substantiation. I should say, I take that back. The complaints made by county employees and commissioners include Gibbs allegedly claiming without any substantiation that one of the county officials was cheating on his spouse because the spouse or the commissioner wasn't wearing a wedding ring. So he probably made a crack. He's probably cheating on his wife. So what we're learning here is what you say can be used against you. So if you suspect that there's something going on, keep your mouth shut. No jokes. Don't say anything on the down low. Expect trying to get a laugh, because they're going to use it against you. This is why if I'm actually at a place of work, like if I show up at a business, hey, we want to bring you in, my mouth is shut. My hand's in the air. My mouth is shut because I'm on the mic and Eric B is on the cut. That's Eric B and Rock Him. Don't speak, because somebody's going to, as soon as you piss somebody off, they're going to say, oh, yeah, there was one time he said this. They accused him of sweeping his office monthly for surveillance devices, sabotaging the work of the board, threatening to kill the county attorney, and criticizing the commissioner's faith. Gibbs' attorney called the complaints against Gibbs a public war waged by Joe Moss because Gibbs, quote, would not be his puppet. So this is completely flipped now. Oh, my God. And I am here for every second of it. On several occasions, Gibbs allegedly espoused an unsubstantiated theory that a county official was, quote, out of God's grace because he believed the official was cheating on their spouse. Oh, no. He also started to attack the Protestants. See, also where we are, it's all Protestants. And he's a Catholic. Gibbs is. So, I mean, it's falling apart, and this is great. Reasonable people like me just love the fact that this is coming apart at the seams. Absolutely terrific. Turning on each other. Megan says Ottawa County is a fucking mess. She also says, I know I'm late. New camera? Looks crisp. No, same camera, a little bit closer. Joe Martinez checks in. He says, I was about ready to beat someone's ass last night at the hockey game. Really? Well, now I got to know about this. By the way, that was an incredible hockey game. The Griffins been on an incredible streak, topped only by the team they played, the Milwaukee Admirals, who had a 19-game winning streak, and the Griffs beat them last night. That's the biggest game in Grand Rapids in years. Because they've just sucked for the longest time. I haven't been that happy with the Griffins since they fired Ben Simon, who, by the way, is going to be back here on Wednesday, which is a bummer. Okay, say that again.
¿Qué quieres que te digo? Que eres un pinche pendejo, güey, cabrón.
Something about a pendejo.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was directed at me or what.
Well, yes and no.
Okay, good. How are you? How is the day starting for one Joe Martinez?
Oh, just driving down to Allendale.
Okay.
Out to Allendale, so,
all right.
you know, got to drive through this shithole Ottawa County, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is kind of screwed up, no doubt. What's up? Did you almost get into a fight at the hockey game last night?
We got to be, well, you know how it was the team signing after the game?
Yeah, signing autographs.
Yeah, so last year, Dominic Shine gave my granddaughter a hockey stick. So we brought it in because it wasn't signed. And the security guy up on there and the usher said, hey, you guys can leave that right here, you know, and then so that way you don't have to have it down by your seat. So
yeah.
we said, okay. And so then David went up there to grab it, and somebody had fucking taken it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, man, we went on the hunt. I was looking for it, and this little kid, some guy standing outside, he goes, oh, yeah, I see him go that way.
Oh.
And, man, we were looking, and David finally found the guy and says, dude, what are you doing taking this? This doesn't belong to you. The guy's like, what are you talking about? He goes, that's my daughter's stick. He's like, why are you taking shit that doesn't belong to you? The guy didn't know what to say, so, you know.
Oh, my God.
He got kind of lucky because, you know, he had a Chinese guy and a Mexican guy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you guys are an absolute disaster together. I know you're a couple of wrecking balls. So the guy kind of like relinquished it and
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, he gave it back to him because, I mean, how many really, if you think about how many Dominic Shine hockey sticks are in there at that time for them to sign? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
Green. You know, it's got the green lettering there. I mean, it just stands right out. I mean, and, you know, like David said, the guy was just looking at the stick trying to figure out, like, you know, whose player it was or, you know what I'm saying? Because how they have their name on them, on them sticks. And so, you know, the guy was just looking at it, and David's like, that's my stick. He goes, I know that stick from anywhere.
My God.
You know, and so, you know, it's just kind of like, man, you know, why don't you just leave shit alone that doesn't belong to you, you know?
Yeah, what's interesting to me, Joe, is how much time do you think because you had no idea when it was stolen, right?
Well, it was taken right after the game was over.
Okay. All right. So then
because you know how when the game is over, how security goes down like where we sit at, because we sit right by the visitors entrance to the bench.
Yeah.
So security will always go down there just to, make sure nobody's messing with any of the visit players.
Boy.
And then the usher will come down. So, it was sitting inside the suite there, right there on the seat there, was just sitting there, know.
Yep.
So, the guy, and the guy just grabbed it.
So the window of opportunity was to get it back was closing fast. So the fact that you were able to get it back is remarkable, actually.
Oh, yeah, because, how you going to tell my 5-year-old granddaughter that somebody stole her hockey stick, and she was looking forward to having Dominic Shine sign it for her, and all that. And when she went to Dominic Shine, he's like, hey, I remember giving you that stick. Man, that put a smile on her face.
Oh, yeah.
She was like, oh, this guy remembered me giving me the stick and everything. So, it was pretty cool. But
fucking white people.
Just, I know, man. He was too. He was a white guy,
Yeah, of course it was. These goddamn, these goddamn honkies. You can't trust them.
I know, and they want to blame it on the freaking Mexicans and the black people, man. Pinche cabrones, pendejos estúpidos. Sus madres son una la verga, las cabrones. Me los mato a todos.
I love it. I fucking love it.
It was a good game, though, man. Them referees got me mad, though. That's why I was a little hot about the whole hockey stick thing, because them referees at the end there were calling penalties on the Griffins that were weren't, penalties. Man.
Well, in addition,
so I was a little.
We had 6 penalty kills. Or I'm sorry, 3 penalty kills. That's over 6 minutes of PK. Not to mention the final 3 minutes. I take it back. We were down a man, and they had an extra attacker after they pulled the goalie. We had nearly 10 minutes of that period playing down a man.
Well, yeah, the last 3 minutes was 6-on-4.
You're right. So that was a hell of a win. I haven't been that excited about a team win in years.
I know, especially once you get a few beers in me, the tall ones too, man. Like, damn, dude. And then you go and you pull this shit, man. I'm gonna,
You were
just lucky he found them.
You were fired up. You were fired up.
It doesn't take much for this Mexican blood to get rolling.
I know it, man. We need more people like you here.
We need more Mexicans in this country, man.
I'm telling you, that's the key to a fun life. If we have all Mexicans, let's get rid of these honkies.
Just get rid of them all. That's why all the women want to marry the Mexicans and the black guys and the Chinese and everything.
Very good.
I don't want no white guys.
All right, you're the best. I'll talk to you.
All right, see ya.
See ya. Kill Whitey.
Bye.
Kill Whitey. Yeah. Corey says, if Mexico is so much fun, why are they all leaving? No, we never said that. Come on now. By the way, I forgot to put you on the part of the 4. You've been part of the 4 horsemen of annoying. It's easier just to talk about people who have never annoyed me, just by looking at names. Rebecca, Rich, Tyler the Joke Man, Tophus, Chris K, Florida Man. Basically, all of you, with the exception. No, Joe's been on the part of the 4 horsemen of annoying, too. So, Joe Martinez has been on, during all that Michigan bullshit. That was super annoying. Amanda, Kenny, Aram, and the one I just said. Oh, Corey. All right. I'd be remiss if I didn't include Ashley in that. She has definitely been part of the 4 horsemen of annoying, which is no doubt when she sees and hears this going to result in fucking texts and losing her mind and all this other bullshit. But I can't, again, I've made this very, very clear. I can't tell you. I mean, when I talk, if you take what I say and then, turn around and then just stab me in the back like that. My God. Brutal. Okay. Megan says, I'm an angel. Well, yeah, of course. And then I've heard people say, oh, yeah, it's just because she's the sponsor. No, bullshit. Joe's the sponsor, too. All right? Megan is the show mother. It's just harder for her to get on the four horsemen of annoying. Maureen says me. No, Maureen actually has had some annoying shit happen. All right. Where am I here? I don't even know. Hire me on Cameo, cameo.com/Eric Zane. They're $20, a lot of fun. I love doing them, and I want to see you. Let me do a cameo for you. God bless King's Room Barbershop. 3 locations. Northland Drive, Caledonia, 821 36th Street in Wyoming, Michigan. Their website, kingsroom.net. Haircuts are $19. If you go to the shops in town, which are Zach's, Jude's, Lady Jane's, Sport Clips, or wherever, if you just take this challenge and go to King's Room just once, and you will not be let down. Kingsroom.net for King's Room Barbershop. Please mention me. When it comes to any type of insurance, Frank Fuss can help you. Go to buyinsurancehere.com no matter where you are in the U.S. and have a little meeting via the phone, maybe in person, coffee shop, Frank's office, your house, Zoom, doesn't matter. Buyinsurancehere.com for home, auto, life, getting insurance on the marketplace. That would be your health care. Frank does it all. Best part about dealing with a licensed independent insurance agent / broker is you don't pay Frank for his expertise. He's just getting you into a policy that you'd pay for anyway. All right? He gets paid by the insurance companies. These amazing insurance companies that he works with, they don't have big advertising budgets. They have all the things that you need to have a fantastic insurance policy for whatever the coverage. But they don't spend the money on advertising. They spend it on people like Frank. Reach out at buyinsurancehere.com. Thank you to Impact Power Sports for sponsoring this studio. The Impact Power Sports Studio, located on 14 Mile Road in beautiful Rockford, Michigan. ImpactPowersportsMI.com is their website for all sorts of fun, amazing things that you can enjoy. ATVs, UTVs, four-wheelers, e-bikes, you name it. They've got it at Impact Power Sports, and they are Michigan's newest Yamaha golf cart dealer. Yamaha golf carts are fantastic. If this is something that you've always wanted to get, make sure you get a Yamaha golf cart at Impact Power Sports. Again, the website, ImpactPowersportsMI.com. They have a full service department if anything needs to be repaired. Check them out in person. The store is on 14 Mile Road in Rockford, Michigan, or online at ImpactPowersportsMI.com. Okay. On days like today, where I keep getting up earlier and earlier to get my mind right for doing morning radio coming up in a matter of weeks, that results in me, drinking more coffee, which means what I'm setting you up for here is it's time for a break. I need to use the boys' room. I will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Denny Porter writes, how's your knee feeling? Like shit. Always. Adam writes, hi, EZ. I drove my family to Gulf Shores over the weekend. I took I-65 almost the entire way. Couldn't help but chuckle driving through Nashville and seeing the signs for Gallatin and thinking of Kenny. I took I-65 around the west side of Nashville and continued south past Franklin and some of the other communities, including seeing signs for Murfreesboro. I believe I remember Z-Speed being from one of these communities and thinking that it is indeed a long way from Gallatin. With almost no traffic, let alone in the middle of the week. I stand behind Z-Speed's cancellation of Kenny's appointment now that I've seen the distance with my own eyes. Thought you'd want to know. Keep up the great work. Love the show. Signed, Adam. This is Adam D, by the way. Not Adam Balboa. Okay. So that's absolutely fantastic. Ben writes, I gave Z-Speed a great review. You see, you guys are giving Z-Speed a great review just to piss Kenny off. It was never my goal to piss Kenny off. It was just me trying to get more information. And at that point, it just in revealing all that, he got all pissed off. Kenny says that is now a defunct business, and I couldn't be happier. Well, I don't know. Maybe they did go belly up. Maybe they started a new one. Who knows? But that was something. Welcome to you, Ben Glaze. I hope it was a eventful day doing the big X's and Bros show today. I'll be in touch with you about when I'd like to record this week. Kenny says you cannot treat your customers poorly and expect to thrive as a business. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. Good thing Z-Speed never did that, from what I'm understanding. There was two sides to that story. But that's water under the bridge. Some of you, I know that Denny Porter and Amanda are big in the bowling scene. I got a bowling story for you in a second. First off, the guy who sent that email is actually here right now. Adam D, watching on Twitch. Thank you. Ben says I cannot record on Thursday. Let's see where we are this week. Okay, so Thursday's out. Oh, my God. We got a busy week. I don't know what we're going to do. If Thursday's out, for EZ, Wednesday is out. The only thing I can do is Tuesday, and that's not enough time. So Wednesday is out. Thursday is out. Friday is probably out. And Saturday, I've got 2 hockey games. And this might be a first of all time. It might be a fucking Sunday deal. We may have to do it on Sunday. Joe writes, with your new upcoming job, will you be working at Bosco's anymore? Yeah, I think so. I hope so. Ben says, what about tonight? No, we can't do tonight because we got to review the material yet. We don't even have audio to review. What the fuck is wrong with you? Let's bring old Ben Glaze in here. Hey, you there? Yeah. Okay. Hey, good morning. How's it going?
It's going great.
Yeah, I don't know if we can do tonight, Ben, because we don't have anything to listen to.
That's true. I totally forgot about that.
What do you think about audience members who get pissed off at me when I promote Who Are These Free Bears and they say things like, you're clearly not over it?
I think it's stupid. I commented on somebody's post and I was like, he said you should be thankful that Greg and Chris still do the show.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, of course, because that gives more content to make fun of.
Yeah. I second that.
And I was like if they stop doing games and segments like, is this a Taylor Swift song or a Bath and Body Works product?
Right.
Fun of them will stop.
I am going to encourage the audience to download my radio show, and the audience can do Who Are These Zane's current edition to rip me.
Wow, that'd be great. That'd be awesome.
So
it's going to be available through podcast?
I don't think they have that yet, but I'm going to make that. Okay. I'm going to make that happen. I'm going to make sure that.
Okay. All right, sweet.
So yeah, that'll be excellent.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'll be a lot of fun.
This is going to open up a lot of doors for a lot of things. Hopefully, I can. Hopefully, this is the start of something really great. You know, you gotta. The way I position this is, you know, it's been so long since I've been on the air, and I just want to get back after it, and it's just something that I want to do, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Yeah, it's very exciting. Congrats.
Thank you, buddy. I'll tell you more about it off the air.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay, have a great day.
You too.
See you, buddy. Ben Glaze. How about him? Tyler says, "What's the weather looking like for today, tomorrow, Ben?" I'm Anthony Polito there. You can follow him at the Ben Glaze. Gentlemen, good morning. Good morning. How's it going? Cloudy with a chance of drizzle in the morning. Barometric pressure, 15.5 and rising. Winds out of the south-southeast at 15 knots. Tyler says your Anthony impression is spot on. Gentlemen, good morning. You can find Ryan Elke at Ben_Glaze. Gentlemen, how are you? God, there's something in my brain that I was going to talk about, and I completely forgot what it was. It was funny, too. God damn it. All fucked up today. Right. So this guy, he's a pro bowler. His name's Brandon Novak. Brandon was participating in the 2024 U.S. Open tournament. This is happening in Indianapolis. This is a big-time event. You know, you got the best bowlers in the world that are at this thing. I'm wondering if Kuipers or Denny or even Amanda knows who Brandon Novak is.
Are you still putting on loads of layers
of this? There's really nothing to see because all it is a video of him throwing the ball. Amanda says, "This is old. My dad knows who it is." I don't. Oh, it's 3 weeks ago, but no need to wet blanket it though. That happened the other day. I was showing the video of the bus driver kicking ass on the kids, and we forgot who it was. Somebody said, "Oh yeah, this is old." It's like that you're totally being a wet blanket. That's what that is. It takes all the punch out of the story when you say this is old. In fact, because my rabbit ears are up, I would say that, Amanda, you just pointing out that this is old, that's going to give you some annoying points. It doesn't fucking matter if a story is old at any one time ever. It doesn't matter. If it's worth talking about, the timing of it, who gives a shit? Why do you feel the need to say this is old? Corey writes, "This is old, move on." So do me a favor. The next time I tell a story and you have heard about it, don't say anything. Don't say, "Oh, this is old." Shut the fuck up. She says, did I send you this story or say something about it? I don't know. All I know is right now, if I see less Amanda_EM, I'm happy. Shut the fuck up. This is old. Yeah. Tophus writes, stop being a limp dick. You are. You're a total limp dick, Amanda. A wet blanket. Anybody who points out a story is old is a wet blanket. Shut up. God, I haven't heard it. Who gives a fuck if it's 3 weeks old? It doesn't matter. I just found out about it now, you stupid twat. Jesus Christ. You see, this is what puts me in a bad fucking mood. I already was in a bad mood. I'm trying to distance myself from the bad fucking mood. But I got to put up with morons like Amanda and Aram. Jesus Christ, this is a great fucking story. Oh, this is old. So is your twat. God damn. Chris says lessons are never learned. No, it's true. All right, I'm going to write off Amanda. Amanda is now in the quiet room. And with Aram. That means until further notice, I am not acknowledging either of those people. Shut up. I wish I could be have like a speaker in where Amanda works, so I can hear the complaint. So when she walks in the room, and then she walks out, hear all the other people say, "Oh God, there she goes." Fucking, she never shuts up. She's always got something to say. This is why you get in trouble at work all the time. Is it okay if I tell the story? Is it all right? I mean, I know you've heard of it, but can I go ahead and tell the story? I mean, is it okay with you? Brandon Novak, he lines up to roll a ball. He does. And then he turns around. He walks over to like where the hand dryer is. He's waiting for ball number 2. And the next thing you know, cops show up. And he gets arrested. He's a goddamn pedophile. And the cops waited till he was in the middle of the goddamn tournament to arrest him. That is amazing. And you know that they're like, yeah, let's wait. Let's wait until he's actually in the goddamn tournament. This is a whole story. I know things. I got fat tits. I know things. This is a whole story. Look at my tits. Let's break it down.
A different doer for a while.
That's him.
And see if that would change my luck. And he just wouldn't do it. No,
this is like during warm-up. Now, this guy Prather here, you're going to notice him that when he is that he looks, there's something going on off camera that he notices.
Parker saw that what we were going through, and
right
you know, honestly,
right now he's getting arrested.
It was nice having Bolin next to Justin and having Parker there to talk to when I needed someone to talk to, and boy, there was some times when I needed someone to talk to, and we all know that this thing was really hard. And
dries his hand off. The other guy, he's like, oh shit, wonder what's going on. He couldn't possibly be arrested for being a child molester. Tophus says the commentators are not even mentioning it. Maureen says, don't strain your vocal cords, Eric. Yeah, sometimes you just got to let it fly. I mean, now seriously, what would possess you? I mean, what do you hope to achieve by saying, hey, this is old? other than it's negative? Wouldn't you just say, oh, you're going to love this, or this is great? But no, this is old. And I feel like, I don't know, I feel like I've had this discussion before. Is that just me? Am I losing my mind here? Hasn't this happened before when I'm like, yeah, who cares if it's old? It's new to me. It's new to everybody here. Just because you have seen it and you are aware of it doesn't mean that I mean, fuck. So annoying. Yeah, I'm having a horrible day. A horrible fucking day. Kenny says, call Amanda and yell at her in Amanda voice. No, if I don't call him, that's when I'm really pissed. That's when I'm actually pissed off. And that's twice today. I was kidding. Yeah. What's he so pissed off about? I don't know. My God. Yeah, shut up. Shut up. More about this guy. Here he is. Look at. He's still got his bowling shirt on for his mugshot. This guy, no shit. They arrested him. A professional bowler was arrested at the U.S. Open tournament facing child porn charges. He was extradited to a jail in Ohio. His it comes up again because his February 22nd is his booking date. Charged with 5 counts of pandering, sexually oriented matter involving a minor, and 10 counts of illegal use of a minor in nudity-oriented material. Boy, that's a lot of words for saying he's a pedo. Remains in custody. Pre-trial hearing March 21. U.S. Marshals arrested Novak during the tournament during this month after a secret indictment led to a warrant in Ross County. At the time, Ross County Assistant Prosecutor Cindy Shoemaker said that additional information about the case wouldn't become public information until Novak was extradited. One participant in the tournament in the lane next to where Novak was bowling turned his head toward what CNN described as some commotion. That's what we saw. He's been under investigation for a year when cops in Ohio were notified about Novak's Facebook account being associated with child porno. Yeah, that's a thing, you know. You can't. The internet is, our local predators are going to have to go back to some old school methods because the good guys are really starting to get an upper hand on the bad guys. The internet task forces are getting more and more technology rich to be able to almost like pre-crime this sort of shit, which is just fantastic. That led to a search warrant, and according to CNN, Novak admitted to purchasing the porno material via Snapchat, but initially denied to police that he knew that it contained child porno. His answer later changed, though, and the Dispatch reported that Novak was taking steps to conceal the child porno. Novak's profile has been removed from the Professional Bowlers Association's website, but Amanda already knew that. All right, that's all. We'll move on. Old story. Look at my tits. The AP reported that the 35-year-old has won 2 tournaments and competed in those events for more than 10 years. Doesn't matter the walk of life. You see these people. They'll be teachers. They'll be educators. Well, that's the same thing. Teachers, doctors, lawyers, Indian chiefs, professional bowlers, podcasters, radio people. This criminality knows no bounds. All races, creeds, colors, genders. Oh, my God. The one that really strikes me was John Balyo. radio guy on the local Jesus station. That was a huge deal. John Balyo was the Christian radio host. And I remember we were on the air, and the story broke that Balyo was hosting a like one of those Christian music conventions up north, and he was on stage. No shit. This is similar to the bowling thing. He was on stage introducing like a band called Loaves and Fish, or I don't know, hosting a What Can You Build with 2 pieces of wood and 3 nails contest, or I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, manna from heaven. And while he's on stage getting ready to host What Can You Build with 2 pieces of wood and 3 nails contest, the cops show up and arrest him on stage for being a pedophile. Joe writes, John's story is old. Oh, yeah, of course. You know, that set Jesus Radio back forever. There's something, I don't know if you've ever turned on a Christian radio station, okay? But they're the worst. They are the absolute worst. Everything from the way the hosts talk to the commercials, and the worst part, the music, gives me child rape vibes. I'm just like, ugh. Something about this just seems, I don't know why, it just seems like there's something extremely sinister about it. Don't know why, but every time I turn it on and I hear the over singing and the keyboard heavy music and these god awful lyrics, just disgusting, the worst. He got 40 years in prison for sexually abusing a child. He had I remember he had like a storage facility full of like dildos and shit to like rape a kid with. It was horrible. WCSG was the radio station. He was arrested in June of 2014. You thought I was kidding. It says right here at a Northern Michigan Christian music festival. He was on stage when it happened. Yeah, I don't trust any of those people. I don't trust those stations, and I don't trust hand-clapping churches. It's too much. There's just real greasy, kid-touching vibes. One of you made the excellent joke that Pro Bowler Brandon Novak is going to be picked up like a bowling ball when he's in prison. Tyler writes, prison justice will take over for this guy. He better prepare for a 7-10 split when he's locked up. Amanda, who is just a ballsy bitch, writes, I'm disappointed that nobody pulled out their camera phone. How do you even get the nerve to show your face after that type of beatdown? Amanda says, that's kind of ironic being that Tommy from Free Beer and Hot Wings' dad is a DJ on Christian radio. Is that right? Yeah, that's right. Tommy and Brooke, or Timmy and Brooke, I don't know. Yeah, they're all weird. All right. Just got to get through this. Just got to get through this. You know, when you have a day like today, when whatever happens keeps me from starting the podcast on time, you know, I try my best to put on a happy face, have a good time, pick up the pieces, try not to dwell on it. And then, I don't know. It's like the annoying leaders on this show kick in the door and like it's their goal to get me to spin out like that. And I don't like that. I mean, I'm not kidding you. I would much rather be laughing on this show. God, you piss me off. Thank you very much for being part of it. Nevertheless, I have a Vouch store, vouch.store/Eric Zane. You can go check out my products. I've got stuff for the dogs. I've got stuff for your morning, some coffee, sore muscles with the massager. That is absolutely fantastic. You can check that out. All these products are on my Vouch store, vouch.store/Eric Zane. How about hygiene, the toothbrush, and stuff to get you drunk? The Camp Craft cocktails. I know I just sold a few of those. If somebody could tell me how it went, please let me know. Thank you. That's on my Vouch store, vouch.store/Eric Zane. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV, 616-532-6600. Fantastic place to get your vehicle repaired. You notice, Megan, I had to move the sign. I am going to do some redecorating in here, by the way. I think I need a new coat of paint in the room. And so that's coming up. Anyway, there's your sign. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. Love them so much. Thank you. Smack dab in the middle of Grand Rapids, Michigan. Their website is irvines.com, ervines.com. A&E Heating and Cooling, Joe Martinez. How about that? On the case, getting back his hockey stick. That was great. 616-516-8579. When it comes to anything heating and cooling, reach out to Joe and he will help you. New furnace, new AC, hot water heater, 616-516-8579 for A&E Heating and Cooling. I have T-shirts available at ericzaneshow.com. Get yourself a T-shirt or a coffee mug. There you go. And then lastly, my friends at Tag Accounting, tagcpa.net. I got to get my documents together, all my W-2s, because my tax day is coming up. Tag Accounting, online at tagcpa.net. They can do your taxes from anywhere in the U.S. Take advantage of this. Enough with doing them by yourself. All the red tape that goes with that, the time and energy. Just have Tag Accounting do your taxes for you. Their website is tagcpa.net. Okay. Well, yeah, it's time for the asshole of the day. It was intern Kayla on Friday. I don't know if you know this, but there's only been a handful of times that we've had two assholes of the day. They are repeat winners of the Four Horsemen of Annoying. Aram, for seconds after I got my audio back and restarted the show, had the nerve to say to me, "You should have checked the audio, done a test before you did the show." And then Amanda, for pointing out, this is an old story. You two just don't get it. I am so goddamn pissed off at you. Fuck me. Fuck off. Thank you. Have a nice day. Thanks for wrecking the show. I'll be back tomorrow. Everyone else, I love you. Amanda and Aram, eat shit.